everybody, and welcome to another episode of Insufficient Friends. I'm Kevin. She's Nikki.
Hi.
And Nick, it's been a couple weeks since we last recorded one of these, even though we were, the podcast was on last week. We just weren't, didn't record it last week. So how have you been? Anything interesting happening over the last couple weeks?
Not as much as you. I've just been playing a lot of Fallout.
Okay.
Um, I'm volunteering tomorrow for Sleep in Heavenly Peace.
Nice. What's
But no, otherwise just been working.
Sleep in
That's the
Heavenly
charity
Peace?
that puts together beds for kids so that
Okay.
kids don't have to sleep on the floor.
Oh, that's nice.
So
Okay.
we'll go around in like 4 or 5 different houses and put beds together.
That's fun. It
I'm
sounds
doing
very.
that with my
It
dad.
sounds Christmassy. So, Sleep in Heavenly Peace just makes me think Christmas.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought you
isn't
meant
there
putting
a?
beds together, and I was like,
Isn't
"What
there
did you
a?
do on your
No.
Christmas?"
Isn't there a? Isn't there? There's a Christmas song
Yes.
yeah. That's what it makes me
Yeah.
think of. More than
I don't know if
anything,
that's where
but
it came from or not,
I
but
don't know. But
anyways, they're a good organization, and I'm doing that tomorrow. But no, besides that, I've been playing Fallout. We went to Home Depot to pick out tile, like just normal stuff.
nice.
But you had more fun. You had your birthday weekend.
I did. Yeah, me and my dad went to Omaha, which I had never been. Which is always interesting to go somewhere with my dad that I've never been or that he's never been, because he'll ask, "Well, how do you get here?" And I'm just like, "Well, I don't have a flipping clue. What are you talking about? I've never been
Hmm.
here. You've never been here. I've never been here. How do you expect me to know where we're going? Look at the
Yeah.
GPS. That's what it's there for."
Yeah.
So that was fun. We went to the zoo, which was fun.
Hmm.
I have always heard that the Omaha Zoo is one of the best ones in the country. It
Yes.
was very nice. I We both came to the conclusion. I don't know if it is like way above and beyond what the St. Louis Zoo is. The St. Louis Zoo is
Yeah.
also a relatively good zoo in overall. Um,
Yeah. So is I prefer the Kansas City Zoo, but you have to pay. St. Louis is free, so there's pros and cons.
St. Louis is free. I've never been to the
Mhm.
Kansas City one. Omaha Zoo you have to pay
It's
too.
good.
So
We went 3 weekends ago
mm,
when Casey's family was in town,
nice.
because they had dinosaurs
Oh, okay.
in quotations, dinosaurs there. The animatronics were. We went on the very last. They had been there all summer.
Oh, okay.
We went on the very last weekend. Some of them were maybe a little clunky, but the toddler that was with us was like entranced. He walked up to the dinosaur and he was
Yeah.
like, how is this real right now? Meanwhile, it's like glitching,
So they're not like
and I'm like,
Jurassic,
oh my goodness.
not like Jurassic Park level dinosaurs. We're not
No, they're
okay.
like animatronic. I mean, they look good, but
Yeah.
obviously they're not
Yeah. Well,
good.
it's a traveling thing
Yeah.
for a zoo. So, you don't expect a
Yeah.
ton, but that's
It was
fun.
just so funny to
Yeah.
because we don't have kids,
Yeah.
so it's funny to see how they react to the world.
Mhm.
Um, because
Oh,
they're
kids
like
are
stupid
hilarious.
little innocent babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuz they're
Yeah.
amazed by everything. Um,
Yes.
yeah, they're pretty much amazed by everything, and they
Yeah.
enjoy the most random things. So, like,
Yeah.
I know it's always a lot of times it's a joke at Christmas time that instead of buying them toys, you're better off just buying them a box because they're
The
more
wrapping
likely to
paper
play
in the
with the box
box.
and the
Yeah.
wrapping paper than they are the toys you buy them.
Yeah.
So it's just one of
Hmm.
those things. Yeah, so it's yeah, it was fun though. I had a nice week. It sounds like you guys had fun at the zoo though too, so that's fun. Me and my dad were stupid and got a little. My sunburn's kind of gone away though a little bit. It's been like a
Hmm.
week, so that's good. But it's
Yeah, you have to drink water because that's an all day thing. So,
yeah, we were out there like
or at least a,
six.
a long
We
time.
were out there like
Yeah.
6 hours. So
Yeah,
and
you got to drink
we
water.
did not drink nearly enough water or anything.
Hmm.
Uh, or put on enough sunscreen or anything. So that's our stupidity. Um, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think let's do. Do have a couple of shout outs this week. We had 2 comments on our YouTube page. One from Mock Solid commented that yes, Fruit of the Loom definitely had a cornucopia at one point. So
Thank you. I
don't.
agree.
Yeah, I don't really know. I've seen pictures of the cornucopia, so I don't know why that's
Mhm.
on that list of things that it didn't have.
Because I think Fruit of the Loom put out a statement that they didn't, and people are like,
You did.
duh, you
Yeah.
did.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand that one.
Mhm.
And the guys over at Creeps also said they enjoyed the game that we did with the Dancing Plague story.
Oh, the dancer
Yeah, the
disease.
dancer disease thing. And they said there was some pretty frightening details with the diseases. So,
Yeah.
also be sure. They said to be sure to stay away from that LCD whenever we're.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Make sure.
Stay
Make
away
sure.
from LCD screens.
Be
They
sure.
might get you
Be sure to
high.
be sure to stay away from the LCD. Say no to TVs, guys.
This is why, like, this is the only bad thing about recording podcasts when we do, like, the only day that works for us is, like, Fridays between 6 and 7 p.m. And y'all, we are tired up in here. We're already stupid, but we're, like, really stupid. For smart people, we're pretty stupid.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got their thing, so it is what it is. But did you
Yeah.
have any shout outs or anything this week, Nick, or was that it?
One more,
Okay.
very important.
Yes. Yes, one more very important one.
Stevie got
Stevie did get
engaged.
engaged, so congratulations
Yes.
to Stevie and
And
Will
Will.
on their engagement. I gotta find the button. Hold on.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Stevie was co-host before
Yes.
me
Mm-hmm.
for
A
a
year.
long time. Yeah, a year.
Yeah, about it right at a year.
Um, and now she's engaged.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy for them.
And Will was
She's
on
gonna be
here
on
once
next
too,
week.
so
Yeah, Will's been on here
yeah.
too. And Stevie's, you guys will hear from Stevie next week
Yep.
because she is going to be on to do a pop culture recap of the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So she'll
So,
have stuff about her engagement to talk about. She'll have stuff with
mhm.
Swift's engagement to talk about.
I
And
know she's in
it's
her twinning era.
yeah,
They're
she's just
twinning. I'm so happy for her. She's in her engagement era.
oh good lord.
Ugh.
It's gonna be an interesting episode.
You're going to
So
have so much fun on this episode next week, Cap. I can't wait.
uh anyway, this week we are talking about we did another documentary. We watched another documentary or
Yes,
docuseries,
a
I guess.
docuseries.
I
Yeah.
guess. This one came out a couple years ago, a year or two ago now, I think.
2023, I think.
Yeah, so this one was Shiny Happy People. It's on Amazon. I do recommend it. It was done pretty well. It is about the Institute in Basic Life Principles, or basically it's about the Duggar family and like the religious kind of culty
Yeah, they
vibes behind
start with the Duggar
family. Yeah.
family, the picture perfect family. Like,
Mm-hmm.
who is this family on reality TV? And then they slowly peel back the layers. And every episode, you get deeper and deeper in it. At the end, you're like, wow.
Yeah, and it kind of goes into
Wow.
the religious kind of organization that is
Mhm.
kind of
The cult.
the kind of religious
It's
cult
a cult.
that's behind them.
Yeah.
So I will do this because we are gonna talk about this. So if you haven't watched it, you might want to pause this and come back after you watch it. So
Yes, I highly recommend watching it instead of just
yes,
listening to us talk about it
yeah.
because we're probably going to do a bad job recapping
Oh,
it.
we are.
And you're much better off watching it because it is very
Yeah,
good.
it is. It is very
So,
good.
it's on Prime.
It's very well
Mhm.
done. It is on Prime. There was a new season that just came out recently too. That is not.
Yeah.
It goes over an entirely different. Like.
Yeah, it's like millennials
young,
and mega church
yeah,
music
young
and how they
person
pray.
cult,
Yeah,
religious
it,
cult, basically, or religious organization.
yeah,
I don't know that that
yeah.
one's as
To
much of a
clarify,
cult.
they're not like
Yeah,
trashing mega churches or
no,
anything. It's like it's about a cult. Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
So, but the first season is what we watched
yes,
because so I had watched this before. You hadn't seen this
nope,
before.
never watched the Duggars.
Yeah.
I
And
knew that they
I was
were
actually
around.
happy.
I
Yeah.
remember them being
Yeah.
around. I knew who they were. I've heard of the shows and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
I was
But
actually happy just because I've seen something you haven't.
the fact that there's like the family with 19 kids is just, to me, is just like, I don't care anything about that. I don't want to watch any. I'm not a reality TV person anyway. We've discussed this, so
Hmm.
I wasn't gonna watch it in the first place. And something about a family with 19 kids, I'm definitely not gonna not gonna watch. So just
Yeah.
not gonna be my thing.
Yeah. And it's reality TV
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So I understand why you never watched it and I
Yeah.
did. So the Duggar family, yeah, I watched this growing up. I
Hmm.
loved TLC. I loved watching it. And I had no idea until I watched this docuseries. Really, I knew I had seen the court cases in the news, like knew the basics, but I didn't know anything about the IBLP. So we'll dig into that. But so the Duggars, 19 kids accounting, which it was 17 kids accounting, 18 kids accounting, and then 19 kids accounting. But it was on TLC for 7 years and then was canceled in 2015. So Jim, Bob, and Michelle are the parents, and then they're 9 daughters and 10 sons, all beginning with the letter J. So during the duration of the show, two of the kids were born, which the highest grossing episodes for them were
Or
the
the birth
births and the
episodes.
marriages,
Yeah, there was
which was also part of the docuseries. None of the women got paid for any of this,
no.
and
None of the
they
kids
were
got
the
paid for
highest grossing.
none of the kids got paid for
Yeah,
any of this either. So
exactly. But the episodes where the women got married or gave birth were the highest grossing, and so
hmm
that was part of the docuseries of why this was like kind of labor trafficking almost, or in some cases with the IBLP it was for sure. But yeah, so 19 kids. Now, do we want to do an over and under of like, do you think how many do you think I can name? Because I watched this all growing
well,
up.
okay. So I'm gonna okay. I'm gonna say I can name zero.
Okay.
Um,
You can't even name one after
I
watching
mean,
it?
I'm gonna guess I might be able to guess one or two just out of
Hmm.
pure luck, but on knowledge, I'm gonna say zero.
Okay.
Well, was
Well,
the
let's
one
go
girl
you
was
first.
Jill? What, right? The main girl that they
Okay.
talked to is
I was
Jill.
gonna say, I
Okay,
bet you can name the girl that was in the
so the girl
docuseries.
that's in the docuseries is Jill. Okay,
Yeah.
so I got one. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that you might be able to name six. Now,
Okay.
the reason that I don't go a lot higher than that is because even when Jill was going back and naming her brothers and sisters, she got messed up with how many there
Yeah.
were and what their names were and what order they came in.
With the order.
So
Yeah.
I don't like. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
I definitely don't think I can't get the order 100% correct, but um okay. So do you have a list pulled up of their
Oh,
names?
hold on,
So
hold on.
I think I can name I think I can get 10.
You think you can get
Now,
10?
I think I can get at least 10.
Okay,
I think. So, I don't
okay.
know. I
So
think
Jim, Bob, and Michelle are
are
the
the parents.
parents. I need the kids' names.
Okay.
Where's the kids'
So,
names? Hold on.
actually, I might be able to get like 12. I think I might be able to actually do that. So, are you ready?
Good lord, there's so many
Also,
freaking kids.
while
Okay.
we've been recording this,
Uh
I
huh.
sent you a picture. I know no one that's listening to this will be able to see. Um, my dog is just completely passed out sideways, and it was very cute.
Your dog is completely passed out
He's a
sideways.
really bad coworker. It's a
Okay, I
s'mores.
have the
Okay, are you
list.
ready?
I have the
Okay.
list.
Okay. All right. So, Josh,
Okay.
Jill,
Yep.
Jana,
Yep.
John David,
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
um, I think it's John David, John
And
something,
John. Yeah.
Jessa, Ginger, Jeremiah, Jedediah. How many am I at?
8.
Josh, I'm at eight.
You're at
Okay.
8.
Jeremiah, Jedediah, Jennifer, Jordan,
Yep. That's 10.
Jason.
Yep.
Is there a Jason?
Yep.
Okay. Josie,
Yep.
Josh, Jill, Jessa. Yeah, okay, that's all I got. Okay, how many did I miss?
You got 11. So you
Okay, I
missed
was pretty
8.
close.
So I
Okay.
think I I didn't keep track of which ones you got. I don't think you got Joy.
Oh, forgot Joy.
Did you
She
get
was my favorite
Did you get
too, growing up.
Jason? Yeah, you got Jason.
I said Jason.
James, Justin,
Oh, I didn't get those two.
Jackson, Johanna,
Oh,
Jordan.
I think I said Jordan.
Did you
Did
say
I?
Jordan? Then I missed him somewhere. I
Jordan
wasn't
and
keeping track of
Jennifer.
which names you were because there's 19 of them and I don't have like a list I can check off. So
Okay, so I think I
it's
got
the best
11 or
I
12.
got.
Okay, I
You
did
got
pretty
11.
good.
You
I
got
did pretty
11 of them.
good.
That's what I counted. So
I got more girls, which makes sense because
yeah,
those are who I paid attention to growing up.
yeah.
But so
But
yeah, 19 kids, hard to keep track of. Yeah, when Jill was naming them in the docuseries in order, she even switched
yeah, she had
one
to
of
like
them.
stop and was like, "Wait, hold on,"
Yeah.
and then yeah, started again. So and
Um.
I felt so bad for her a couple times in the documentary. Well, I felt bad for a lot of the people
Mhm.
in the documentary a couple times with the
Yeah.
stuff that they got into. But one of the things that they talked about was with like having that many kids, which just makes sense. There's no way that two parents can take care of that many kids,
Nope. So they do the buddy
the
system.
buddy system, which means they had a buddy system. So the older kids,
Yes.
which means the older girls, not the older boys, older girls would take care
Hmm.
of the younger kids.
Yep.
So she was the oldest girl, which means she would end up taking care
Yeah.
of like 3 or 4 of the other kids whenever it was
Yeah.
her time of day to take care of the kids. It's like that means she just doesn't have a childhood.
A lot.
Like
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
just like
And I think that the girls had it worse than the boys because they were raising a lot of them, but also the boys were doing a lot of manual labor and things like it was very different than like my dad saying, Nathan, come help me, come hold the flashlight.
yeah.
It's like, no, they're making their kids do manual
Yeah.
labor, like
Well, also,
raising a barn when they're like sick.
which
Just,
there's a
it
lot
was
of
a lot.
religions that do that. There's a lot of things. There's nothing wrong with me. I did manual labor as a kid. Like there's not like for no money or
Like
something like
forced
that.
manual
Forced
labor for
manual labor.
12
I did
hours a
not do
day.
that. Like there's a difference.
Yes, to
But
clarify,
like
I'm not talking about
yeah,
like doing
no.
things or helping out
I
with your family or
worked I
whatever.
worked for money and
Yeah.
like did actual like had a job. There's a difference.
Yes.
And I didn't do it at like 3 years old. I did it at like a
Yeah.
12
No,
or
we're
something.
talking
But
like 7 to 14-year-olds
yeah.
doing manual labor
Um,
for many hours a day.
yeah. And
Very different for sure.
the girls also had it bad because basically they have no rights, which is also another
Literally.
like this religion basically means that you have
The
no
IBLP, to me, the
absolutely no
IBLP is
rights.
not a religion. I don't even want to justify it because I respect a lot of religions, obviously. To me, the IBLP is just a cult with the predatory leader because they set everything up to where women can't, and men, you can't talk bad about it. You can't
And that's true.
confess anything.
Yeah.
There was one part of the docu-series where they were like, if a woman is being, sexually assaulted,
Hmm.
unless she cries out to God in the middle of
The
being
act.
assaulted,
Yeah.
she is not allowed to ever report it after that.
Yeah.
So it's like, how shocking is it for these women who aren't allowed to hug, hold hands, kiss,
Well,
whatever.
yeah,
Don't know anything about anything.
because they said
Don't know what their wedding night is going to entail.
if you don't
To be
say
assaulted
it,
by someone is
if you don't
crazy.
cry out for help at that moment, then it's partly your fault. Or it's yeah,
Exactly.
then it's
Yep.
partly your fault, which is then just victim blaming.
Because you gave in to the sin
Yeah,
at
because
that point.
then you're just
So
a
it's
sinner
like
too. It's like
everything
okay,
in this,
that doesn't make any
I'm
sense.
going to call it a cult because
Yeah,
I don't, I think the IBLP is a
uh,
cult.
yeah,
All their rules are made specifically. And then they had was it like the Matthew 13 rule or some rule um, about not gossiping. But that was put into place after the leader was investigated for sexual assault on
yeah.
minors.
Because
And
somebody
so he
came
put
out and
this rule
said,
into
yeah,
place saying you can't talk bad about
yeah,
the church.
yeah.
So
Don't talk about the
it's all
upper
very,
leadership. Yeah,
yeah. So back to the Duggars, the reason we're talking about the Duggars and the reason they're in this docu-series is because they are part of the IBLP and they are like poster child IBLP or
they kind
were
of became the
Kardashians.
face for this because
Yes.
they became the television show um
Yeah.
just
Like
on
they
accident,
were to
like
IBLP as Tom Cruise is to
yeah.
Scientology.
Although
And
nobody
it
really knew what the
just
IBLP was, even
yeah.
I don't know. Did you even know what the IBLP was when you were watching this show? Like, had you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I'd heard of it before, but didn't know anything about it.
Okay, I didn't know if they talked
I
about it in the show or not. Like, I
I had
didn't know how
heard
much they
someone
talked about it.
mention it when someone was talking about fundies, and I had heard someone say IBLP, but I never knew what it meant.
Okay.
So, um, but no, it's just insane. And so basically, after we learn about the Duggar family, then they bring up how the eldest son, Josh, um, assaulted several of his sisters growing
Mm-hmm.
up. So that's how I think the first episode ends with that like bomb. And then the second episode, so after you've gone through all this happy family stuff and then get that bomb, they start to peel it back. And why all this happens is because the whole system is set up for failure
Mm-hmm.
on the part of the women at least. And some of the younger boys too. So it's just I don't know. It's horribly fascinating. I watched this growing up and I thought I was just watching a reality show. I had no idea that, behind these shiny, happy faces, hence the title, they were being beaten with rods
Yeah.
because that's what they interpreted the Bible to say. Um, the Bill Gothard, I think.
Yeah, Bill Gothard.
The leader of the IBLP would at his seminars would bring little boys on stage and like spank them on stage as like a model. And
That was a
also,
weird thing. And that wasn't even Gothard. That was
yes.
somebody else in the church. That wasn't
Yeah,
Gothard
well,
that did
multiple
that.
people did it.
But
Yeah.
that was just a weird, like,
It was
you've got
very weird. And
some
then they
random
talked
kid up
about
there that
how
you're, like, spanking on
yes.
stage is just
They just like, who has a young boy? And the
weird.
parents are like, we do, we do. And I'm like,
Yeah.
holy cow.
That's just,
Um, but then they go on to say the women, especially, because they have a transfer of authority. So when women are young, their authority is their father.
mm-hmm,
When women get married, their authority is their husband. So they literally talked about the transfer of authority. Women can still be spanked and beaten
mm-hmm,
after they get married because
mm-hmm.
then their husband's their authority. And I'm just like, you have
That's
obviously it's a
no,
reality show that's heavily edited. You
not
would
okay.
have no idea. And so when this scandal happened with Josh and then the child pornography and all these things that happened where Josh was in court, everyone was like, why isn't Anna, his wife, leaving him?
She
Well,
doesn't have
it's
a
like,
clue.
I don't know, because she's been beaten with a rod
Yeah,
her
well,
whole life. She doesn't know.
she's been taught that she has to
Mhm.
submit to her husband. She's
Yep.
been she's been taught this her entire life that this is and if she
Hmm.
doesn't she's going to go to hell.
Yep.
And
And
she
their
also
hell is not like a theoretical. It's like fiery hell. They literally think they're gonna burn alive.
yeah.
So like,
And
yeah, I'd be scared too.
also she has no education because they
Mm-hmm.
all of these kids are homeschooled because this
Yep.
is one of the things
And
that the
homeschooled is a very loose term.
and
They
it
use
is
Bible pamphlets
it's
as
yeah, it's
education
Bible pamphlets that the church
that they writ
that
themselves. Yeah.
Gothard wrote. It's what is it,
Mm-hmm.
50 Bible pamphlets or something that Gothard wrote that
Yeah.
he had people wrote that they go through some of the stuff that it's just off the wall stuff that makes no sense whatsoever. Like
Yeah.
it's so it talks about your hands not even being living cells. Like one of the things in there that
Yes.
it says and I guess what they said now is you can actually buy the Bible pamphlets now. They're sold as a Bible study course. They're not even sold as a
Well, because they were
school.
basically banned. Like they're
Yeah,
not homeschooled.
yeah. It's
So
not
now
sold
they
as a
sell them
yeah,
as Bible studies.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's just crazy. Like they're taught that man and dinosaur walked the earth together. It's just like
yeah,
they are
which
taught from a young age
that's
complete
a
nonsense.
a relatively common belief among creationism is that man and dinosaur
Yeah.
walk the earth at the same time. So
Yeah. And I get that, but that paired with everything else like your hands aren't real body part. It's just like
yeah,
very weird.
there's a bunch of
It's not
weird stuff in
science,
that.
it's not math. It's this one dude writing pamphlets and telling people you should educate your kids with
Yeah.
these.
Well,
It's just like,
one of the
and he
girls
doesn't
on
even have
there,
kids. The
yeah,
guy that
he's never been
created this
married.
cult has never been married or had
Never been
kids,
married or
but
had kids, but nobody
promoted
thinks that
everyone else
that's
having a bajillion kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else thinks that that's unusual that he's never had kids or never been married, but he's like, well, this is the ideal family. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like uh
Yeah.
that's kind of like Germany because that's
Mm-hmm.
didn't Hitler like go for the entire opposite of what he was?
Yeah.
Like so the
Yeah.
Aryan race was
Exactly.
nothing of what he was. So like that's
Yep.
just a
Exactly.
whole
So
nother thing
it's just
over there.
like
So
they have so many weird beliefs that you're like, what was the point? But it was all about control. Like,
hmm
they couldn't play the board game Life because in Life you could only have two kids in the car. Um, they thought rock music was satanic from Africa. Like even Christian rock, they thought
yeah,
was satanic. Um,
any
they
syncopated
thought,
rhythm.
oh, they thought Eeyore glorified depression.
Yeah, they couldn't. They
And that the
basically
creator
didn't
of
have
Cabbage
TV.
Patch
Yeah,
was a warlock.
yeah.
Like so many weird things.
Who
But
cursed
then,
all of the dolls? Every single one of the
yes,
Cabbage Patch dolls that came off that came off the line got cursed, and that's why
yeah.
they couldn't have
So
Cabbage
that's
Patch
why I'm
dolls.
like, we're not talking about religion at this point. We're talking about an insane man writing
Uh,
crazy things. The thing that got me the most, though, I wrote this down in my notes. I died laughing when they were showing snippets of like real life seminars of the IBLP.
hmm
Um, and there was a woman presenting on why women, because they all wear those pilgrim neck dresses, long dresses, they're not allowed to wear pants, like,
hmm
so she was presenting on like the morals of fashion. And there was a slide that popped up and all it said was men have problems with their
Yeah, I
eyes,
saw
and that
that
was
too.
it.
Yeah,
And I was like, I died laughing because I was like, well,
I mean,
but like to base a lot of religion on I
like,
don't know. I just
but
laughed out loud.
they mentioned that several times. They're like men can be
Hmm.
like they basically blamed the women because men can be
I'm
persuaded.
like, you just proved your own point.
Yeah,
Men are the problem. You
yeah.
just said
Like
it. Congrats, you
you
proved your
just
own
said that we're the
point.
problem. Like I get it,
Yeah.
but you're not even listening to yourself. Like
Yeah, you're not listening to your own words.
yeah,
Like you have a slideshow in front of you that says men have problems, and
yeah,
then they're like, so women do this. And
yeah,
I'm like, so no. Oh
yeah,
my God. Yeah. You said you wanted to punch some people. And I wanted to
yeah,
punch the screen multiple times too.
yeah.
I was like, how? How do people listen to this?
I just kept
It's
hearing
sad.
I just kept hearing some things in there, like the dude that was basically the dude that talked about like uh whipping your animal and your child the same way and just like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to reach through the television and just strangle like I
Yes.
any that's not okay. I
Like,
don't
he clearly has never been
whipping
whipped in his
whipping
life,
your
and
kid or your I don't care. Whipping your animals
I
is
don't do
not
it to my
okay.
animals
Whipping your
either.
kids is not okay.
That's
Like
animal
not
cruelty.
okay either one. Like don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's just, it's absolutely insane. So, apart from the abuse of women and children, there is also the financial component. Bill Gothard preaches all of these things, live simply. He would go through people's houses, throughout their radios, TVs, whatever. He would help them cleanse their homes and live simply. Meanwhile, he's living in a gold plated mansion and his family has jets. And it's just like
Hmm.
you're exploiting not only
Yeah.
women and children, but also just impoverished people.
Yeah.
Like keeping them in their place because you want control. That's what it is at the bottom of the, like, and he had his own army. Like he's a dictator. He had his own army. He was
The army
very,
thing was
very wealthy while everyone else was impoverished.
the army thing was kind of terrifying. Like
It was called like Alert or
yeah,
something.
the like
Yeah.
trying to build your own army. It's like what do you plan? Like what do you have planned?
And then it
Because
backfired
yeah, because
because
they were the
his
ones who ended up
army.
removing him from the campus whenever he got fired.
Yeah. Yeah.
After he was fired for sexual after being uh, accused of sexual harassment.
Investigated or
Yeah,
something for sexual assault. Yeah.
yeah. 34
Yeah.
women.
So it backfired. But anytime these religious cults get mixed up with their local politics, I mean, they were boasting about how they've sent interns to Washington. They have police officers doing this course. They have army men overseas doing this course. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
like the abuse of women and children aside, that takes it to another level of terrifying.
Hmm.
When you see in this docu-series them showing like men in prison or police officers or men in the army taking these courses and talking about how good these courses are. It's like, wow, like you just don't even realize how ingrained this Christian fundamentalism is, but like this culty version of it is in like other areas of society. Like they're not in their own little bubble. They're
No.
very much all out and about in the world,
Yeah.
all over the world.
Hmm.
And it's terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is kind of crazy. So I guess from
Mm.
what I understand, the like certain parts of the IBLP is not around anymore. The school part is not around anymore, or supposedly not around
Correct.
anymore.
They rebranded and
Yeah.
because people told them to do away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and Gothard was removed in 2014 after 34
Hmm.
different women claimed that he had sexually harassed or assaulted them.
Yeah.
He was sued in 2016, but that was thrown out because of
Hmm.
different problems with statute of limitations and things like that.
Yeah.
Um, Now he's now 90 years old, so at this point he's kind of it
Hmm.
doesn't
Irrelevant.
he's kind of irrelevant
But
anymore in the church. But
there were
um,
in the docuseries they kind of hinted that like Jim Bob was trying to be like the
that's
next
kind
Bill
of what I
Gothard.
got too, is that
Yeah.
he's kind of trying to take over like the reins of being the head of the church, but I don't really
Yeah.
know anymore. I didn't really get
I
that
don't know
far
anything
into
about
it,
what the
so
church is nowadays. I'm sure
mm-mm.
they're probably so secretive and closed off now, especially after this docu-series.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just it's crazy overall. I just highly recommend everyone watch it for themselves because I mean, this was a rewatch for me and I still was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
crazy.
I had never seen it. I had heard about it probably a month ago or so, and I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
interesting and wanted to watch it. I heard about it at the same time I heard about the TikTok dance cult, which we talked about a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Um, and I thought that they were both interesting sounding, so I decided that I thought that it would be fun to talk about each of them, so we did both.
Yeah.
But
I
um,
love talking about cults.
cults are
I
just
just hope I don't ever fall for
they're
one.
just so interesting. I mean, I
Yeah.
I don't think you would. I don't think I would either. Because we've talked
Unless
about
there
this.
was like a matcha cult, maybe.
We've
Is
talked
there
about
a
this.
thing?
We've talked about this before. Your and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm gonna say it.
I'm a One Direction fan. Is that
Well, that's the way you were a One Direction fan. That's a possibility. But the you and I think both are too strong headed to be in a cult.
Oh, for sure. I don't
So
believe jack
we're
squat that people
well,
tell you.
we're also not gonna like. I'm not gonna
I
take
also
crap
like
from
am
people. Like
so
if
hyper
somebody's
trained to evaluate sources, be critical. Literally, the point of Truman State University is to develop critical thinkers,
yeah.
one way or the other. So, like,
Well,
how could you? I don't know. But also, yeah,
that
I'm just
and
stubborn.
if somebody's just gonna be like, hey, do this or do this and not give me a reason, I'm gonna be like, why?
But then
What
again,
are you talking about?
that's
No.
how I was raised. I wasn't raised in this.
Yeah,
I was raised with a
that's the
mom
difference. Yeah.
who was also raised to be independent.
Yeah.
So I was raised by
And that's
many
why
very independent women.
I don't think either one of us would ever end up in a situation like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Uh I don't I think a different it's a different unfortunate it's
I'm
very
so
unfortunate
glad
that
I
people
was not
like
raised
end
like
up in
that.
this. And it's really bad that it ends up for people that are like born into it and can't get out of it. Like
Oh yeah, one of the women in there. Oh yeah, I forgot about one of the women in there was like her and her kids were trapped because her husband, they literally like trapped them. But one day he was like, I gotta get out of here. And then she was like, this is gonna be my only moment to
oh
make or
yeah.
break. She took the kids, left, and then she said like 5 minutes later she got a call that her husband was back at the house with the gun,
Yeah.
was about to shoot
She's
himself, like
yeah.
would have killed
She said
her
he
and the
was
kids.
threatening to like following her
Yeah.
around all day, threatening to
So I'm
bludgeon her to
like,
death. So
anyone born into that and then or married into, I just feel terrible. And it's like, I just hope that the more people that talk about it, the more that society hopefully raises critical thinkers. I just hope that, like, you just hope that even talking about it helps like one person and be like,
yeah.
oh, what am I
And
in?
that's
But
what I hope.
I
I
don't
think
know. I
people
don't
with these
know.
documentaries hope too is
Hmm.
like obviously
It's just
Jill
talking about it.
Jill
It's
came
raising
out and talked
awareness.
in this. One of the
Yeah.
other girls talked a little bit in this too, and I don't remember what her name was. She was one of the older
I think it
girls
was
too.
Ginger. Yeah.
Um, and then their cousin was one of the main people in this that talked a
Amy.
lot.
Yeah.
Who was like didn't grow up really in the church at all. It didn't seem
She
like
was
she was.
adjacent because she was always over there,
Yeah,
but not
but
part
she
of the
went to
church.
like
So she had a
public
notebook
school.
full
Yeah,
of notes
yeah.
of like when she did stuff with them, did classes with them, but
Hmm.
she was not actually like part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean, you just I feel bad for all the kids and because there's still some
Yeah.
of them that are. I mean,
Yeah.
this show just ended not that long ago, so there's still some of those kids that are still
Mhm.
living at home and dealing with this.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Yep.
and obviously there's still people. Well, not obviously, but these women that are married off. Basically, you're married off in this, so it's an arranged marriage.
Hmm.
They don't get
Now,
to
I am very
choose.
glad,
So
Jill and Derek, I am so
they seem like they're very
glad.
happy, so that's good.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Like, I don't know them personally. I'm talking as if I know them personally. I'm happy that at least one person in that family has a marriage and a husband that supported her talking against everything.
Yeah,
And Derek was like, at points where she couldn't talk or was like nervous to say something, he was like, nope, this is bad. This is wrong.
yeah.
Like, I'm glad that at least one male in that family, like, talks about it.
I see Ope has gotten up.
He woke up from his nap. I guess he's telling us that he's done.
Yep, that's fine.
But yeah, it's just crazy. I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
It's a good docu-series.
it
It's
is.
well done. It's only
It's
4 episodes.
it's
It's
only
nothing
4 episodes.
crazy.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't too bad. I watched it all today, and then um, the other 3 episodes. I watched all 7 episodes today for the
Mhm.
first season and the second season. So and blew
Yeah.
through them pretty quick. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Nick, unless that's it, or unless you have anything else, I think that's it for me. Do you have anything else, or do you think it's time for facts?
Yeah, I think it's time for facts.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or you want me to?
I'll go first.
Okay, go for it.
I just have two things that I remember seeing from the show growing
Okay.
up. So facts, but I just saw these from the show, but they weren't mentioned in the docuseries, so I thought I would mention them. So first one is the Duggar kids shared communal clothes closets. Like they did not have their own clothes,
Oh.
including undergarments. And I thought, oh, that would be so sad because like I remember having like you have clothes as kids that like you have one piece that you love like wear all the time because kids are kids, they love to be
Yeah.
individualized
Yeah.
and expressive. Like I had my pink Hannah Montana tour coat
Mm-hmm.
that I wore like even when it was hot. So I just can't imagine having to like share clothes and not having like your own individual creativity or whatever you want to
You
call it.
know, not having your own, like, 19 kids, I understand to a certain extent. That's a lot of money, like, to get
Hmm.
every kid clothes. I understand you got a bunch. I feel like you could have
Hmm.
probably done some hand-me-down things or whatever, but whatever.
Yeah.
The not have. You said not even having your own undergarments, which means they shared underwear, which is
Yeah,
that's a weird one.
that's what I read. So I remember seeing the communal closets because they would all grab from it on the
Yeah.
show. But then I read more about it and people said it was all clothes, like all clothes.
Yeah,
So,
that's a weird one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then still along
No.
the line of clothes. So, you know, the women aren't allowed to wear jeans
Hmm.
or pants.
Yeah, they're not wearing pants. Yeah.
All has to be skirts below the knees.
Yeah.
Um, but there was episodes and snippets where you would also see them either swimming or in like one episode they like jet skied in jeans. And now they've become more reformed. I don't know what word you want to use. Like they do the modest bathing suits with like long sleeves and stuff. But there were
Oh,
episodes where they were swimming
that
in
have like the
jeans.
pants and the like long sleeve bathing
Yeah, or
suits.
like a
Okay.
long skirt and long
Yeah.
sleeve bathing suit, like modesty,
So
wear.
they
But
wouldn't wear
there
pants. They
were,
would just wear jeans to go swimming.
yeah, like the men would like jet ski in jeans and go swimming in
What
jeans
would
and
the girls
stuff.
wear?
I don't remember. I just remember seeing Jim Bob jet skiing in jeans.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just like one of those things that I remember seeing, and I'm like, all right. I mean, if that's what your book tells you to do,
I guess.
I'm not doing it. But yeah, so those were my fun
That
facts, both
okay.
clothes
That
related.
doesn't. Yeah. No. I no.
Not
I
so fun facts.
no. No thanks. Um. So mine was so I Googled this because I wanted
Hmm.
to. I had a hard time finding fun facts about cults is kind of a hard thing to
Yeah.
find. So, I tried to look for some things, and it's a lot of weird things. So this is what I kind of came up with. So I decided to search for what the oldest cult was, and
Hmm.
this is what Google AI gave me. Now
Okay.
remember, here's the thing that we've learned that I've learned about AI more recent, like all recent more and more
Yeah.
about AI is AI likes to hallucinate. So I don't know how accurate this is. So we're gonna go with
Hmm.
we're gonna go with Google AI told me this.
Yeah.
And because I couldn't click on, I tried to click on the link, but the link wouldn't load for some reason. So
Oh.
here we are. But so it says the concept of the oldest cult, the single oldest cult is complex, but likely dates back to religious worship of a fertility centered like goddess.
Hmm.
Um, there are uh, idols that have been found dating back to 6,000 BCE. Um,
Hmm.
uh,
Interesting.
that kind of a fertility goddess that kind of follow that idea. So it predates like
Hmm.
recorded history, basically.
Interesting.
I'm sure there's something that goes back farther than that, because I'm sure if you go back far enough, there's probably something that where some if there's if there can be sex and manipulation, there's a cult somewhere, I'm sure. So as
Yes.
soon as humans first walked, there was probably a cult. So
Yeah. I was just picturing in my head, okay, this is so not a thing. But as soon as you said that, I was like picturing in my head like cavemen basically like worshiping like a rock or something, like all in a circle worshiping a rock. I
probably,
don't know.
yeah, that's
I
probably
mean,
accurate.
to each their own.
Yeah, I
As
mean,
long as you're not abusing anyone, I don't care what you do or
yeah.
what you believe in.
So,
Yeah.
but
That's
anyway,
interesting though.
yeah, I think that's it for this week, Nick.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed this. Go watch the documentary, because it is
Yeah,
an
go watch it for
interesting.
yourself. It's
It'll
good.
it'll be a lot better than what we just did. Um, so yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and next week we'll have Stevie on to talk about her upcoming nuptials at some point in the future, and other recent pop culture stuff, I guess. So we'll talk to you then.
Bye.